Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and I apologize for once again being late. I had a lot of things to do, and unfortunately I kind of lost track of time for a moment, and bim bada boom, somehow, we're an hour further, and yeah, I'm late. I'm really late. I'm really sorry. So today I had an appointment with my social worker, which went really well, and she gave me a couple of useful tips, which well, I thought they'd be any use to you, to be honest. But yeah, it was a really good conversation, and it kind of made me realize that it's okay to say no when you have just too much on your plate and people keep hounding you to do more and to keep making more appointments. Even if you need those appointments, if you have too much on your plate, I mean, in the end, it's not gonna be good for you either. So, um, I was supposed to go meet my therapist in May, I think it was, next time because she's on vacation and stuff. But psych, no, psychologist, not my therapist. I guess technically they're the same thing, depends on where you come from, right? But yeah, she's on vacation, and it's been difficult with all the appointments, so I'm actually gonna cancel my next appointment because my social worker is right. If it's just too much, um, in the end, I might actually have to go back to therapy um, just to process all the appointments, just to process the stress that I get from that. So I'm gonna do that. So I suppose with this, I want to say, like, don't let people hound you for more. If you cannot handle something, or if you've already have too much on your plate and people keep telling you, like, you need to do this and this and this and this, don't. Just tell them no, because you need to take care of yourself, and if it's too much, it's too much. I mean, that's important too, because you're gonna break eventually. And I'm so happy that my social worker told me that, because quite honestly, I did need to be told, because I'm the kind of girl that's always like, uh in a way, a good girl. Like, I'll always say yes, or I used to always say yes to everything. Like, sure, yeah, okay, um, which of course isn't the best thing. So at this point, I would just say that I made the right decision, and tomorrow I'm gonna call the uh, Matt at the Institute to make sure that I will cancel that appointment, and I'll just postpone it at least for 6 months. And if my indication runs out, then I'll have to go back to the, I wanted to say dentist, but obviously that's not the place, to my doctor, to make sure that I get a new indication or a new referral to the therapy. But for now, I'm just, it's just a bit much. It's too much. And it's okay. It's fine. I mean, it happens, right? It happens to everybody. And there's no shame in it. Even though I do believe that therapy is a really good thing, my social worker basically does the same thing. I mean, of course, she isn't a therapist, but she often helps me through things that a therapist does, just in a bit of a different way. But we connect really well, we talk really well, yeah, it just makes sense. She's fantastic. She's just fantastic. And yeah, I don't know where I'd be today without her help. So yeah, that doesn't mean to say that I don't believe in therapy. Again, I do think it's very important. And if you're one of those people who is struggling with something, don't be afraid. If you can handle it, of course, don't be afraid to go to a psychologist or to a therapist. Again, I think they're the same thing, but yeah, don't be afraid to do so, because they can really help you. It's really important that you make sure that your mental health is completely in order. So on to the next thing is me finding out that learning languages is a lot more useful than I initially thought it would be. Um, yeah, so there are a couple of jobs around available if I'm able to. If I were to move um, anywhere, speaking multiple languages is definitely something that would be preferred, especially since I don't have any certificates or school that I've finished. I mean, I didn't even finish elementary really. Well, I kind of did, but very, very difficult. Not because I have difficulty learning at all, because I was bullied so much and I just didn't go. But then during high school, you know, things just went south. I basically didn't get out of the first year class. What was that? Whatever. But yeah, I found out that even if you don't have any certificates or anything that's basically of value to most companies, if you speak multiple languages, you still have a leg over rather than nothing at all. So I would highly encourage you to start learning languages. You can do this for free as well on YouTube. For me personally, it doesn't really work because you have to do everything by hand, by writing, and there's nobody really to check you. But it does work. It just takes longer. I mean, I learned English completely by myself, mainly through music, through books, through reading news articles and things like that. Just completely keeping myself engaged with the English language. And for me, that was kind of a natural thing. I mean, for me, it feels like English is my base language, which sounds stupid because I do have a Dutch accent and I do live in the Netherlands where I've been born and where I've grown up. But where I grew up, not grown up, come on. But yeah, I've learned English completely by myself, and it's always felt like my first language because if you hear me speak Dutch, I can, but funny enough, I know a lot more in English than I do in Dutch, including the Dutch dialect that is from this place. So, conversations are pretty easy, even in Dutch, but it's just easier when I'm speaking English. It just feels more natural to me. But when it comes to learning languages, other languages that, especially at a later age, I would say it's a little bit more difficult. Although I do race through it like a crazy person because we call it in Dutch een talenknobbel. And why I've been told this, why I know that word rather, is because people constantly tell me like you have a thing for it, because I learn pretty fast. But for other people that might not be the case. Again, I would recommend Duolingo because it helps you practice your speech. It will tell you if you've typed something wrong, if you read something wrong or write something wrong. But you can very well use YouTube just to learn anything, really, to learn any language. A couple of years ago, I was actually learning the Egyptian hieroglyphs. There are people who do that on the internet. So it is really interesting. And again, with things like that, if you really pay attention to it, you can make a lot of money with knowing that languages, because translators are in very short demand for those kind of things, for museums and stuff like that. So if you're one of those people who's really adventurous, who's really into history, you might want to look into that languages because it's definitely wanted. It's very wanted in multiple jobs. You might not be able to speak it or have conversations with people, but to translate it alone, it'll make you money. It'll definitely help along the way. So that's one reason, but also because if you speak multiple languages, even if you already have a job, right? It will help you a lot more if there's anybody coming. Well, let's just take America for example. Like, there's a lot of Spanish speakers, especially in LA. So if you live in LA and you were to do a job, I mean, obviously people from LA already know this because they've lived it. But yeah, Spanish is a big thing there, and for somebody who doesn't live there or who is planning to move there, if you teach yourself Spanish either before you go or while you're moving or when you just move there, I mean, it will definitely help. That's something I can tell you right now. It'll definitely help. So yeah, it's also fascinating to learn. I mean, for me anyway. I mean, obviously I'm not going to tell other people what they should be fascinated about, but yeah. And with this, I'm gonna end this video because it's gone on long enough and I doubt it kept interest. But anyway, I want to wish you all a very good night, a very good morning, a very good day, and a very good evening. And I love you no matter what, even if you don't come back, if you do come back, if you subscribe, if you don't subscribe. And I will see you all hopefully in my next video. I love you. Have a good night.